What's up, guys? Professor K here for the Pokemon Evolutionaries, and today I want to take a moment to just sit back and talk to you guys for about a few things for a little while, if that's okay. It's not like I do these kind of videos, well, ever for the most part. So today I just want to take an opportunity to just kind of stop from Pokemon a little bit and just take an opportunity to talk to you guys, the ones who have been watching us for 4 years, guys. Starting today, I created this channel 4 years ago with N. 4 years ago, this channel was officially made. That is crazy. I can't believe that it's been 4 years already, but it has. And I don't think I would have changed really anything looking back. So if you guys want to tab out or something, just take an opportunity to just listen to what I have to say here for a little while. I would greatly appreciate it. I do have a lot of things that I do want to tell you guys about, things that are coming up, things that are happening, and just in general, just talk about the last couple of years or so of this channel and what's going to happen to basically everything in the future. So if you guys would take an opportunity just to, tab out or, just make sure you listen here. This is really important regardless. So first and foremost, I want to thank you guys immensely for all the support you have given us over the last 4 years. It's been quite a run so far. I really would have never thought that this channel would have taken off the way that it did for a Pokemon trading card game channel, I mean, obviously, we are not the largest channel for Pokemon TCG. We're not even the second largest or the third, or even the fourth, I don't think. But regardless, when we started this channel, it was just me and N. And we were just getting into Pokemon because in 2013, when my dad passed away, it changed me. It changed me forever. And I don't think that I could ever be the same person that I was before because my dad was my best friend. You guys know this whole story. I mean, it's been almost 5 years since he's passed. And to this day, it still affects me greatly because he really is the only family member that I really felt extremely close to. He was like my best friend. We worked together for years. My dad had his own business. So whenever he had jobs to go do, I went with him when I was a kid. I ended up working for him full time. I ended up taking over his business once he passed away, and I just couldn't make it work. So I was pretty much, well, not really stuck, but I was pretty much just kind of forced into doing YouTube full time. But fortunately, by the time that happened, you guys had already been there for us, and I can't thank you enough. This family, my family, my family's been through a lot in these last few years, and we're still trying to pick up the pieces, and it's not easy. It's not easy out there, and it's not easy out there for a lot of you guys either, and I know we have a lot of fans that look up to us, and they watch our videos, and our videos make their day. We've gotten fan letters for people who have had depression, people who have been on the verge of doing something very drastic and stopped because of us. And to me, it just blows my mind, because Ann and I are just here doing what we love. We're making Pokemon videos. When my dad passed away, and Noel, let's just say Noel, because you know what? We're Chris and Noel for this video. We're just people. We've always just been people. We may have created characters, but we're people, and we're no different from anybody else. He suggested that, hey, there's a box of Pokemon cards here. I know you used to like that when you were a kid. Why don't you give it a try again? I thought about it. I remember it was a Sylveon collection box, which ironically is now one of the rarest collection boxes you can ever find again, and they're super expensive. I don't think I'll ever find another one. It's the only one I ever own. But I saw it and I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not? So we opened it, and we had a lot of fun together. Now, Noel and I have always been pretty close. I mean, he's my stepson. And we just never really had anything that we connected with on a level that we ever could have been more than just, stepfather, stepson. We developed a very similar relationship now that me and my own father had, where him and I are friends and stepfather, stepson. That kind of relationship is very special. And it only happened because of Pokemon. And that is kind of crazy when you think about it. I lost my father and I gained another relationship where I took my father's place and is now essentially what I was to my dad. So to me, it's just really crazy. But we opened it up. We had a lot of fun. And we just started playing the game. We bought theme decks. We bought the Leafeon theme deck from Plasma. We bought the Glaceon Plasma theme deck. And we played against each other. We played with horrible decks, let me tell you. It was absolutely horrible, the decks that we had put together. But we had a lot of fun. And not shortly, or I should say shortly after that, not long after that, I started looking into where tournaments were. And it turns out that there was actually a regional championship happening in Orlando a week after I had called. So we went to our first regional with only like 3 weeks of playing Pokemon underneath our belt with, oh my gosh, just ridiculous decks. Things that don't even make sense. But we had so much fun. And we continued to play. We found a league that had just started. I mean, what are the odds, guys? If this wasn't Destiny telling us that this is what we were supposed to do, I don't know what is. But we found a league that just started up. We went weekly. We had a lot of fun. We made a lot of friends. And before long, Noel was like, we're buying a lot of packs. We're opening a lot of stuff. Because at that time, I had been working my father's business, and I was making decent money. I was making like $20 an hour at the time. And I thought, why not? Let's do it. Whatever. We'll just open up a lot of packs. We'll buy a lot of stuff. I started collecting again. Oh, man. I, as a kid, had collected base jungle rocket fossil in full. Well, I started working on the black and white sets. I started buying cards, collecting, putting them in my binders. And next thing I know, we're opening packs on camera. We've made this channel. It was all Noel's idea to make the channel. June 9th, 2014, the channel was created. June 10th, which is tomorrow, our very first video went up 4 years ago. And it is the cringiest scripted piece of work we have ever made in our entire YouTube/Twitch career. I have to say, you guys got to check it out. Over here. Yeah. Up here is an iCard that is going to take you to our introduction video. If you've never watched it before, I highly recommend it for a laugh or a good cringe, because I sounded like a robot. Like, I don't know where my personality shifted. Noel has always been the same. But me, I sounded like a robot. I don't know what I was thinking. I scripted it. I wrote it out on a piece of paper. I read it off the piece of paper, and I had music playing off on the background on my phone. I didn't even have a phone editor. I didn't even have an editor, nothing. I had two phones. I had my business phone and my personal phone. The business phone played the music off of YouTube or whatever it was I was playing. Of course, I didn't know about copyright either, so that's the thing. But this phone, we had it inside of a grout. Well, not this phone, but my phone at the time. We had it propped up inside of a grout box. Okay, inside of a grout box like this, and then we had the grout box sitting on top of all of my binders, and then on top of a cooler, and then on top of a kitchen chair pointed at our dining room table. I'm telling you, we've come a long way from those days. We've got tripods and lights and a camcorder and a microphone. I mean, we've got this external microphone recorder thing. We've got webcams now. We've got dual monitors. I've never been a technological person, and I think that shows in a lot of our videos. I'm not a professional video editor. I don't know much about editing. I've learned a lot along the way. I'm not a graphic designer, so my thumbnails are definitely not professional. I'm just a regular person doing YouTube for a living in a world of people who are doing YouTube for a living that have a lot of professional experience. They know what they're doing with computers. I'm not really a technological person. I can stream now on Twitch because I had a lot of help from people like my buddy Kevin Crust. Kevin Crust has been a huge help for me in learning how to do things. My buddy Charlie, he's the one who got me my Camtasia editing software. And you guys have helped support this channel to a point where we were able to afford a decent computer that didn't sound like a chainsaw when you tried to render a video. That stream where you guys helped us hit our donation goal to get this computer was a changing moment in our lives, because we never would have expected the amount of support that we've gotten from you guys over the years. When we thought the channel was going to end, shortly after Lucas was born. You guys were there for us. You helped us keep it going. And now it's our livelihood, you know? I've looked for jobs. I really have. I've looked for jobs because I love doing YouTube, but it's scary. And it's really scary, especially now. I know a lot of you guys know what YouTube is doing to creators, you know, with this whole changing of these subscriber, the way that you view the subscriber list is based off of it's not based off chronological order anymore. You know, it's harder to find the videos that you want to watch of people you're subscribed, but don't necessarily watch all the time. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Like, I will tell you, I know it's not just us. You know, my buddy Big Jiggly Panda, Anthony, you know, he's part of Vanoss Gaming. He's got 1 million plus subscribers, and his view count has been cut in half. That is huge. Cut in half. And so is ours, actually. If you look on Social Blade, you'll see our views have been going like this ever since YouTube started to make some changes. So YouTube is a scary, scary place right now, but you guys have helped support us. You've kept us basically floating, you know, on the line of sustaining our channel, you know? But it is getting harder. And as much as this is a celebration of our 4 years on YouTube and 4 years of just mind-blowing changes in our lives, you know, it's also a bit of a cry for help, if for lack of a better word, you know? YouTube has really made it hard on creators, even once established, to continue to be able to make those videos and make a living doing so. Like, I know a lot of you guys understand what it takes to make content on a daily basis. A lot of you guys know that editing is not easy. Rendering, uploading, tags, titles, description, thumbnails, all of the emails that I have to answer, or all the emails that I do answer, not that I have to answer because, you know, there are people who don't reply, comments and everything else. It takes a lot of work. You know, I end up working anywhere between 40 to 60 hours a week, most weeks, and some weeks I go 60 to 80. You know, I most of the time I'm working 50 to 60 hours a week on this channel. And being a father of a child that's 3 years old in a house where only my wife is pretty much able to watch Lucas. You know, my stepdaughter, she's got Asperger's, so she can't handle him very well. Noel, he works and he goes to school. We don't have any family that is capable of watching Lucas, so it's just us. So can you imagine working from home when my bedroom is literally on the other side of this wall where Lucas and my wife are while I'm working, and still having to sit here 50 hours a week while my wife watches him in there, and no one else to take care of him, you know, except for when I'm off work, I watch him. So we live such crazy, hectic lives. But like I said, you guys have been there to support us. The only bad thing is that YouTube has not been supporting us as much lately. You know, they've really, really put the hurt on creators like ourselves. We have been streaming more on Twitch. You know, we stream 3 times a week on Twitch, and that has been just a complete 180 from where we were when we were streaming before. You know, we would stream sometimes and we would have fun with it, but now we're doing it 3 times a week, and the support for 2018 has come up a lot. It's helped to fill in some of those gaps where YouTube has kind of missed out on us, you know? I've seen our view count go from 1 million views a month down to 600,000. That's 400,000 views that we've not gotten. And this whole thing started out as not being about the money at all. You know, not whatsoever. This was always for fun. And then after my dad's company didn't pan out because, I mean, let's face it, I was 25 years old when I took this company over, and I didn't know the first thing about running a company. I mean, I knew how to do some of the work that my dad did. I tried my best, but it didn't work out. So YouTube has been everything to us. I've tried to find jobs. I really, really have. I thought I had one nailed down, which would have been working from home for Capital One, and I would have been making enough between this and YouTube for us to be okay. And in the final stages of interviews, I got denied. And that really hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, where I live in an area where it's nothing but retail, fast food, sit-down restaurants, and the medical field. And they're all jobs that pay $9, $10 an hour. And with a family of 5, well, it just doesn't cut it, you know? But I've tried. And even then, those jobs are super hard to find. It took Noelle 3 years to find a job, even working at Sam's Club for $11 an hour. So in general, you know, this has just been a very hard place for us because we've been so dependent on YouTube, and I feel like they've kind of let us down a little bit, you know? But I just want to put this out there. I'm not one to ever really promote the Patreon that we have, or, you know, the donation button that we have, or anything like that. And I feel like now is a time where I finally have to do that, because without it, we're looking at, you know, not necessarily a very bright future, especially with the way that things are going on YouTube right now. So we do have a Patreon. We do have a donation button as well. The links are in the description down below. If you guys feel compelled to help out, to support the channel even more, I definitely greatly appreciate anything that you guys can do to help keep this channel going, to keep us going as a family. You know, we're a family of 5 that does not have any support or help outside of this house. You know, my wife is got a lot of disabilities that she can't even work. Even if we were able to find somebody to watch Lucas, we're in a tough situation. And a lot of you guys have noticed too, if you started from the very beginning, that when I started this channel, I was 4 years ago, 26? I was 26 when we started the channel. And I looked really young. I was in shape. I was like a personal trainer. And I looked a lot younger and a lot happier. And if you guys have noticed, I've put on a lot of weight. And a lot of it is due to stress. A lot of it is due to coping with my father's death in a way that pretty much just made me eat a lot. Doing this full time has put me in this chair a lot of hours, so I don't move around as much. But the good news is that even though I've put on about 90 pounds, yeah, I was about 170 when we started. Now I'm about 260. I've been going to the gym for a week now. And I've been forcing myself to go. I've been forcing my wife to go. And even some people in our household, you know, Noelle started to go because even he's gained some weight and stuff. You know, we've lived with a very stressful situation for a long time. And I'm trying to make those changes. You know, I've been going for a week now, and I do feel better. I feel happier. I feel like my mind is clearer, and we could probably start working on some better quality content. Now, what I need from you guys is to tell me, you know, what is it that makes us, or would make us better? You know, I don't necessarily mean like better as far as like more expensive pack openings or anything like that. Like, what do you want more from us? Do you want us to use face cam more? You know, or do you want to see more kind of videos like the Nerf videos where, you know, we shoot each other with the Nerf guns? You know, I'm not really sure what I could do to keep you guys interested more, you know, to actually actively search us out to watch our videos. You know, I certainly don't ever expect anybody to, but if there's something we can do to make that better, I definitely want to know. So let me know in the comments down below, you know, what it is that you guys are looking for to just to kind of engage a little bit more with our videos, because watch time is everything apparently on YouTube, and lately it's been a little bit harder than, you know, it was in the years past. So I definitely want to know that for sure. You know, we are still dealing with the stress of the leak that we had as well. You guys know about the leak we had. Most of you guys do. Our house is still not complete. You know, our dining room does not have flooring in it. Our kitchens don't have cabinets. We do have drywall missing in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. We don't have a vanity in there. You know, that leak happened in 2015, and our insurance company told us that it was our fault, even though it wasn't. We had a leak behind our kitchen cabinets, behind the kitchen cabinets, in the wall, that we never knew about. It was a drain leak. It wasn't even like an active leak. So when water ran through the drain pipes, it would leak out. And we didn't know until it was too late. 2015 comes, and everything is just all ruined. The insurance company didn't want to help us with it. They gave us a settlement for a very small amount, which was basically enough to pay for the removal of the mold that had built up, and the fixing of the pipe, and paying the attorneys that were involved in us trying to get that money. So we've been living in this house for 3 years, almost 3 years, with all of that missing. So our house is very small. You know, we've got a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath house, and now it's not even really 1.5, it's like 1.25. So, you know, we've been living in a very stressful situation. We're trying to get out of here. But the problem is that I can't show that we make enough money to be able to buy another house somewhere, even if it's, you know, the same size, just something that gives us a complete house, you know what I mean? So anything you guys can do to help us is insanely appreciated, and it would help greatly for us in our future moving forward. And like I said, I mean, we can make better content if we just have a better mindset, a better mentality, a better living situation, a little bit more breathing room. Right now, we're right on that line. You know, we're right on that line. And anything that you guys can do to help us is just immensely appreciated, you know? I don't want to have to worry about Lucas's future. You know, I'm still continuing to look for other jobs to help supplement the income in this house. But with YouTube doing what it's doing, it's scary, you know? It's scary. I love what I do. I really do. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I do fear that eventually it's going to run out on us unless we have a little bit of help. So anything you guys can do to help out, either whether it's, you know, leave our videos on a little bit longer when you watch them. If you actively search for us instead of, you know, waiting for videos to come up in the sub box, we post every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Sundays, where we post at 10 o'clock in the morning for Father and Sunday Eastern Standard Time. Just know that we always have a video. Unless there's some kind of major thing that happens, we're not going to miss a video. Mondays, if there's not enough mail, there might not be a mail video, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can guarantee 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will always be a video. So if you guys just keep that in mind, you know, if you are looking for us and you don't see our videos anymore, or in general, if you're scrolling through your sub feed and you're like, you know, I don't see them anymore, definitely helps a lot if, you know, you guys just search for the videos instead, if you want to watch them. And if you guys can help support, I mean, again, I'm not one to ask about our Patreon or even mention our Patreon, but we do have one, and that's there, as well as the PayPal donation button thing. If you guys want to help keep us going, you know, we are at a point now where we're trying to pay off debt, we're trying to get out of this house, but we can't do it alone, and we can't have a future really without you guys. So I want to thank you for 4 years of just, what can I say, irreplaceable memories between fans and friends that I have made throughout this. You know, I wouldn't change the work experience for anything. I wouldn't change a thing. I still love Pokemon. You know, we have our Dragon Ball Super channel as well for those of you who are interested in Dragon Ball Super TCG. The Mafuba jar, that's doing well, but for some reason, YouTube classifies that channel as some kind of high-risk channel because it's an anime-related channel, even though it's a TCG. We make even less money on that channel per view than we do on this channel, which blows my mind. I just don't understand YouTube sometimes. You know, I've talked to my YouTube representative. I've talked to my my network representative, and there's just nothing anybody seems to be able to tell us that they can change or anything they can do to help us. They say that I'm doing everything right on my end, but it doesn't feel like it. So if there's anything we can do to our videos as well, like I said, just let me know. Comment section, tell us, you know, what it is that we could do to improve our videos. I know that maybe the last few months or so, things have not felt the same. And a lot of that has been, like I said, due to the overwhelming stress and depressions that we have faced lately, you know, with everything that's been happening. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's carrying into the videos a little bit more than what we would like. But I can tell you we are actively working on improving ourselves, our own health, and our own mentality to make sure that our videos always convey the positivity that they were always meant to convey. You know, and really that's about all I can say. You know, we love you guys. We appreciate you. We thank you for 4 years of amazing YouTube content. You know, we've been streaming now for 3 of those 4 years on Twitch. Twitch.tv/the Pokemon Evolutionaries. We stream Tuesdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesdays are kind of an iffy day because it's whenever Noel can do it. Usually it's from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. And then Fridays from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So even if you guys help support us on Twitch as well, it means a lot. We have a lot of people who have been very, very supportive of that. You know, at least 80 people per stream come in and watch. You know, that's the most important thing. We have people who donate, people who send bits, people who subscribe to our Twitch channel, which you guys can do through Amazon Prime. You guys have all helped with that respect as well. But unfortunately, YouTube is making it harder and harder for that to be enough. So, again, thank you for 4 years. Thank you for your support. And we love you guys greatly for everything you have done for us up to this point. And going forward into the future as well. So, with that being said, a very long video, a very talkative video, but I think it's time to finally, say a lot of things publicly instead of just on Twitch streams, instead of on Twitter, on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff that we have for the channel, which, if you guys don't know, we do have Twitter, twitter.com/thepokemon-evos, instagram.com/thepokemon-evolutionaries, and facebook.com/thepokemon-evolutionaries. So there's that as well if you guys don't follow us. But instead of just saying those things there and making our most dedicated fans know, everybody can hear a little bit more of our story and what it is that we go through on a daily basis. My wife has a lot of doctor's appointments coming up that are kind of scary. Looking forward to it, looking forward, not forward to it, but looking forward. It's kind of scary. She is 43. She's going to be 43. And with everything we've been going through, with her being stuck in a room, with the atmosphere of the house not necessarily being as positive as it used to be, it's been weighing down on a lot of us. And we really want to focus on our health and our mentality going forward. And we're trying. We're trying. But without you guys and helping to support that, we might be doing it for not necessarily for nothing, but we might be headed backwards if, we don't have anything to rely on. So if we could have your guys' help and support through this, it would mean a lot. I've put a lot of my life and a lot of my work into this channel to make it the best that I can for you guys, for the viewers. And, yeah. I think that's about it. That's about all I can say. So, again, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. It's just a lot to say, So, we look forward to many more years on this channel, hopefully. But we're starting year number 5 tomorrow. Wow. Starting year number 5. Well, that'll be with Father and Sunday. So, Lucas and I can kick that off. But thank you guys so much for watching this video or listening to this video if you tabbed out. We really appreciate you. And just thank you. That's all I can say. So here's to another great year, guys. Take care.